What's going on, guys? You guys are tuned into the Watch Podcast with your host, owner-operator, Eric Huggins. Nice Watch Patrol. We are the light in the dark. Psalm 139 verse 12. And today, I'm sick. I lost my voice. We are on episode 45. Marketplace shooting. Part 2. Oh, I love these. Let's go!
Were called out and how long it took for them to get there. 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's how long it took for the Bakersfield Police Department to arrive at the marketplace after the initial 911 call on November 10th. As the time ticked by, 15-year-old Prince Michael Banner was shot and will later die from his injuries. Since that time, 15-year-old Albert Braceno Jr. was identified as the person police say pulled the trigger. But shortly after Braceno's arrest, the Kern County District Attorney's Office declared there was not enough evidence to charge Braceno. Details of that night remain unclear, but the Bakersfield Police Department
What's going on, guys? You guys are tuned into the Watch Podcast. Today, we're on episode 45, Marketplace Shooting Part 2. I don't normally do updates regarding incidents, and this is my first one. This is from the comments that I've got, the messages I've received. People are messaging me like, hey, what's happened? What's going on? What happened with the case? And I was like, it's on the news, man. Check it out. And, we believe fake news. So, but I'm here to bring the truth. Shed some light. But before I get into the nitty gritty of it all, I want to give a shout out to Kern County Activities for posting the last video. Appreciate it, and just show me some love, showing the company some love. I bought a shirt from him. I got it from Freddie Paints, and then it's got it. And actually, it fits amazing. I'm gonna take this to the gym tomorrow. But yeah, it fits great. So I appreciate Freddie Paints, and you guys definitely give them a follow. Follow Freddie Paints. He's the guy that made the shirts, and also hooked me up with some stickers. All right, some stickers. All right, Kern County Activity stickers. So whoever comments, the first person to comment on this video, I'm going to send you a sticker, Kern County Activities, and the Watch Podcast sticker. All right, camera 1, camera 2. What's up? And someone asked me, like, what are you always drinking? Usually I'm always drinking Ghosts. This is the Welch's Grape Purple. I'm not here to do any marketing or anything for Ghosts, but if they happen to, I don't know, call me, whatever, I'm down. But yeah, I drink these a lot. I work nights, and so this is a beginning to the Night Crew podcast. We're gonna be trying a new energy drink each time I do a podcast show. So, but shout out to the Ghost. This tastes like Welch's. I remember like when I was a kid, when I used to have little Welch's grape packs. So it tastes just like it, and that's why I probably drink it so much. Makes me feel like a little boy again. So anyway, first person comment. I'll send you guys stickers. All right. So we're gonna move on. Marketplace Shooting Part 2, episode 45. So just to give you guys all an update, this is some news that I got from people that had firsthand knowledge about it, and also some of the information I got from the news. Now, if you guys remember, November 10th, a 15-year-old boy who was identified as Prince Michael Banner was found deceased at the Bakersfield Marketplace. Now, it was a call that came out at approximately 7:07 p.m. regarding multiple juveniles engaging in a fight, a 415 physical. And 415, if you guys don't know, 415 is a disturbance, and physical is a part of the 415. It's just usually hyphenated as physical. Sometimes they're 415 domestic, whatever. But anyway, so this call originally came out as a 415, and law enforcement showed up an hour and 30 minutes later to the call. Now, when I talked to people about this, they asked, why did law enforcement take so long? And to be honest with you guys, and this is not just Bakersfield, this is every big city. Now, not that Bakersfield is the biggest city in the world, but it's one of the bigger counties and one of the bigger cities in California. Now, the reason why it took the officers an hour and 30 minutes to arrive is because it is a low priority call. Okay? If it's a 415, it'll go out as a priority 3 call. If they do a 415 physical, multiple juveniles, it may reach a priority 2 call, but it's all about how you call the call in originally. If I call saying, hey, these kids are over there pushing each other, and there's multiple of them, it's going to get pushed to a priority 3 call. And you're going to ask me, why? For one of the reasonings is that usually when law enforcement shows up to a fight, they usually get there and no one wants to talk. Or they usually get there and everyone already dispersed. Fights typically last anywhere between 1 to 5 minutes. And 5 minutes, I'm stretching it. But typically lasts for a couple of minutes. And by the time law enforcement shows up after the call goes out, ain't nothing going on. Okay? When law enforcement tries to get information, people don't want to talk. When law enforcement tries to investigate the matter, people are like, I don't know what you're talking about. Can I see your phone? No. And it doesn't never, and a lot of times, 7 out of 10 times it doesn't work out. Usually officers go there, they go ahead and they kind of powwow for a little bit, and then they all dip out. And then go on to the next call. Now, the security company was the original caller. Security company is Allied Universal. And Allied Universal is like little Timmy calls. Or the little boy that cried wolf. When you call law enforcement...
Sheriff, I'm at the White House Lounge, and I want to report murder.
Wait a minute. Just hold on here. Say you were getting launched?
Sheriff.
So many times over the same exact thing. And every time law enforcement shows up, they're like, do I really want to go to this? Because every time I go to this, ain't nobody here. I talked to the security. They're oblivious to what happened. And I'm sitting here having a conversation with a damn wall. A guy that cannot communicate and does not communicate details very well. And half the time, half these security guards don't even remember what the hell happened. Multiple kids. Okay. So you can imagine sometimes it gets a little frustrating when you get a call from the same caller at the same location every single day. A fight is not a priority call. By the time law enforcement gets there, they don't talk about. It's either, when law enforcement shows, it's either life or death. It has to be life or death situations. They have to be in a peril, meaning they need immediate response. The person cannot safely remove themselves from the situation. Someone is going to get seriously injured or die. And in this case, when you think of a fight, you do not think that there is going to be someone deceased in this matter. Someone gets beat up, they take a kick, they take an ass kicking, and they move on with life. But unfortunately, this issue has been boiling up for such a long time to where it led to a shooting. Now, after the call came out as a reports of shots fired, a police sergeant arrived within 3 minutes. As you guys can see, the priority level changes. It went from a fight to a shooting. So when officers show up, they see Mr. Prince Banner on the ground with an apparent gunshot wound. And when officers do arrive, they see him holding a firearm in his hand. That's new information. And Albert Brasino Jr. was arrested as the shooter. Now, the interesting thing about Robert Brasino is he didn't turn himself in for almost a week. So you can imagine the conversations that he had and the hey, tell so-and-so if they see anything, and they tell, I'm gonna go find you. So you can imagine these 15, 16-year-old kids, they ain't talking. All right? If they're getting threatened by this guy, and allegedly actually, I can't even say allegedly, this is facts. Albert Brasino was a bully. He did not only bully one kid, he bullied several kids. And you would think that security would have picked something like this up, that they would see that this kid is always showing up every single weekend, causing a disturbance. That's when security has to intervene and say, hey, listen, man, we know what you look like. We know your name. Next time we catch you, you got to go. We're going to trespass you for 30 days, and so on forth. Driving around in a golf cart, walking around, is not going to do it. And then you have to ask them, the security, why are they here? You got plenty of them damn people over there at the marketplace willing to call police when they see juveniles fighting. It is our job at security to make everybody feel safe. And like I said the last podcast, nobody feels safe over here. That's a problem to public safety. So, Police Greg Terry spoke to the news, and Police Chief Greg Terry, put some respect on that name, Police Chief Greg Terry made some excuses as to reason why the call, why it took an hour and 30 minutes for officers to arrive. And on the defense of Police Chief Greg Terry and the Bakersfield Police Department, they don't need to make no damn excuses. Okay? A 4:15 fight is at close a priority 2 call. Okay? We live in this world where, like, juveniles are fighting. Okay, someone's gonna get beat up, someone's gonna leave, but we don't ever think that someone's gonna get fatally injured from a firearm. So no, it's not Greg Terry and the Bakersfield Police Department's fault for showing up an hour and 30 minutes later. It's the security's fault for not intervening at appropriate time when they had an opportunity to intervene. So, Police Chief Greg Terry, save your damn excuses, all right? It is what it is. You cannot, police Chief Terry stated that there's a dispatcher shortage. There's a 45 police officer vacancies, and it's a slight improvement over last year because last year they had 47 vacancies. Now they have 45. There's not really much of an improvement from last year. Let's be honest. It's the same damn thing. But if you look at the bigger picture, there's 404 sworn police officers, and you guys go and check receipts if you guys need to. Done my research. 404 police sworn officers, 45 vacancies. It's not really adding up. If you want me to give you an excuse, I'll give you guys an excuse. You guys have to look at the time when the call came out. 7 p.m. on a Sunday. Traffic accidents, family issues, family drama, domestic, calls for suicide. Those are our priority calls. Those are life and death situations. Bunch of kids fighting. Just someone's going to get their feelings hurt and get put it on the internet. Curricular activities. So I do not believe that the police department has to make an excuse as to why it took them an hour and 30 minutes showed up. When the shots fired came out, showed up, they arrived there in 3 minutes. So you guys can assume it ain't the damn police officer shortage. Okay? Stop it. Knock it off. It's the call that came out originally. And it's all about how you call. The security, if they want to call and say, hey, there's a bunch of guys involved in the pussy match, I don't know. It doesn't sound like something that that I'm itching to go to. It's not a call that I'm like, I'll show up tomorrow. Hey, you guys still need to report? But if anyone wants to make an excuse, okay, if Police Greg Terry wants to make an excuse, he should make an excuse about the lack of relationship between private security and law enforcement. Okay? And for those of you guys who don't know, there are community relations specialists in each area of the town. Okay? They meet with all these business owners and they say, what's the problem? How can we fix it? Does private security show up to these? Probably not. It's Allied. They're a global security company. They're not going to show up to some local city, I don't know, a complaint or how to make things better for the public safety. And if they had the city partnered up with security in this matter, say, hey, we need you guys to show up to this meeting. It's a community meeting revolving all the business owners at the marketplace. We need your input, and we need to figure out what we can do to make matters better and make things safer for everybody. Then maybe this incident would have not have happened. 2024, we have to start creating relationships. We don't pick and choose what relationship we're gonna do. We're gonna use trans with. We're gonna use city guard. No. Law enforcement should be creating relationships with all security professionals that are in particular areas. Marketplace being one. It's ridiculous. So no, it's not because of the police response. It's not because of the police officer shortage. It's because the lack of relationship between security and law enforcement. And even security and tenants. All that. Mix it together in a damn mixing bowl. All right? So the marketplace property management hasn't responded to the requests for comment regarding the security role that night. And news, if you guys are listening, let me give you guys a comment regarding the security role that night. The security role is that this company is an observe and report security company, and they are not to intervene if a fight or a situation occurs. If there's a crime in progress, they get their phone out and say, hey, I got you on camera, stop, don't. They don't even have whistles. They need whistles, God damn it. Maybe whistles will help. Next board meeting, when whistles is much needed. Jeez. So, so the security role for that night is they did what they do. They're cop callers. Just observing reporters. Anybody can do that, right? We're all glorified observing reporters. Okay? The thing about Allied, and I already said this before, they're a bigger conglomerated company. They don't want to get sued. But a smaller company is willing to take the risk. I'll take the risk. I mean, yeah. Well, they'll take the risk. So, does there need to be changes at the marketplace? Absolutely. People are asking me, Eric, why don't you guys, look pretty done up. Why don't you guys do it? I would love to. They don't want it. Okay. They like what they have. Some 18-year-old kid doing donuts in the parking lot. And yeah, that's a life. All right. It's like, you can't get any better than that. Walking around, doing absolutely nothing. Loitering. These guys are just glorified loiterers. Loiterers, just walking around in circles for 8 hours. And I want to remind you guys that as a private security company and a private security officer, we have the authority to be able to go out there and tell someone, hey, you got to go. We have more jurisdiction on a private property than law enforcement does. I have to always I always have to tell everybody that I have more authority on this private property than law enforcement does. Why do you have to go to the city to get a trespass signed for law enforcement to intervene? Because they have to have permission. Me, I don't need no damn permission. My client says, hey, if they're trespassing, kick them loose, send them packing. They're causing disturbance, they're fighting, detain them if it's safe to do so. So, I was doing some more research on all this. I was able to make it to the vigil of Prince Michael Banner, and it's sad seeing a mother grieving over her 15-year-old son. That hurts. I don't know what I would do if it was my kid. And she was very strong and she held herself. And I was lost for words. That's why I take this so personal, because I am a member of the private sector and it is a kick in the balls. Knowing that as a private security officer, as a private security company owner, that we all could have done something. If it's preservation of life, hell, I'll lose my job. I don't give a damn. If I know that someone is getting ready to get off, and it's either from my decision making, whether I intervene or I not, and it's life or death, I'm going to intervene. Shit. Hand me my damn resignation letter. I don't care. But at least I know that I impacted someone's life today. I didn't know he had a gun on him, though. But hey, we never know. And I say this, and I say this like all the time. If you are this comfortable to bring a firearm to the marketplace, there is a serious issue on the security side, big time. Serious issue to the public safety. And you got all these people that live in the area. Let me tell you guys this. And for those of you guys who don't know, the annual income for that area is $119,000. It's either a combined income or it's a single household income. But it's a household income in the area. $119,000. The average shopper, 48% are male shoppers. 51% are female shoppers. And you have 35% senior citizens hanging out over there. So, given these numbers of the shoppers and the clientele, and there is, we do need to provide better protection for the people that are there. We need to make people feel safe. They don't feel safe right now. And this company, First Washington Realty, based out of Costa Mesa, I did some more fact checking. I was like, I got to get some more info on these people. And come to find out, we've been looking for the wrong people. J.J. Woods is the primary contact. And he's Caller's real estate agent, commercial real estate agent. We got to talk to J.J. Woods. J.J. Woods out there playing golf. We're going to find J.J. Woods. We need questions. We need some questions answered. I need to know. So then I wanted to see what the crime was like, in that area. How has it progressed over the time, over the months, over the weeks? And luckily, the Bakersfield Police Department had put out a new crime maps. Now, there was a crime map a few years ago, and during COVID, they cut it out. And I was using it as a marketing strategy for me to locate high crime areas. And after that, I'm lost. I just know where the hood's at. So I got on this thing and I wanted to do some research. Major violent crimes per 1,000 and major property crimes per 1,000. So I got on there. I looked in the area of where the marketplace was at. And I did last week. No reports. I did this month, November, 1 report of larceny. And then I went back last month. No reports. I went back last year. 2 larcenies, traffic accident. So something's wrong here. Because if I remember, these get updated every 24 hours. And there's a shooting and a death November 10th, and there's no report of that on this thing. So it makes you wonder, are we reporting certain things in certain areas? Because when I go to different areas, there's all kinds of stuff going on over there. Not a whole lot going on over here. It makes you wonder. The average household income, $119,000. Do we really want them to know what's going on in their area that they're living in? No, property value goes down. course not. Why would we? I like secrets. So I go on here and there's no information for me to go off of. So it makes me wonder a little bit more. And so after I do that fact checking, nothing really to report on there, nothing to find out. I remember that when recently the Bakersfield Police Department has done some damn good, and they started putting these towers, these camera towers, in various locations of the town, anywhere where crime is is prevalent, right? I've seen one at the mall. I've seen one downtown and near where the clubs are at. I've seen them various places. I don't see one at the marketplace. We ask ourselves, why is there no tower? Obviously, there's an issue with public safety, the kids, the fighting, the loitering, the bicycles, the riding, the issue with public safety. Why is there no tower? No tower. Why not? It's all politics. Do you think if they put a tower at the marketplace, you got little Betty over there that lives across the street in Hagen Oaks, she's going to sit there and she's going to go like this. It's ghetto. Wow. And of course, the city of Bakersfield can't let anybody know it's ghetto. They figured after the shooting, a month later, everybody forgot all about it. I haven't forgot. I'll probably still keep talking about it. And I'm more curious as to why there's no tower there. No tower in the parking lot. No tower located in the rear area of the Edwards Theater. Nothing. Why? Because we don't want to make it seem like it's ghetto. Politics. I'm sick of it. So where do we go from here, guys? We have First Washington Realty hanging out in Costa Mesa. Getting tans out there. They actually have 144 shopping centers valued at $8.8 billion together. I did some receipt checking. I was a little off. Way off. So I did some more research. I had to go take a look. So what do we do from here, guys? After the update has come in, we've learned some new news. We've learned some new things that have occurred. We come to find out that Banner was also armed with a firearm. We come to find out that Albert Brasino Jr. is not in prison because the DA decided not to charge him due to the insufficient evidence of the case. So what happens? Albert Brasino is going to go back to the marketplace. He's going to be strutting and stuff. Like, yeah, I got out of a murder charge, guys. So everybody got to listen to me before you guys get dealt with. Is security going to ban Albert Brasino Jr. from the marketplace? Or is he going to allow him to continue trolling over these other kids? Is BPD going to do anything about this? Did they trespass Albert Brasino from the shopping center? I don't know. Kind of curious to know. Well, guys, I'm all out of time. This is one of those situations where we have to start looking at the best interests. Not to say, yeah, we have security, no, but the best interests. That is not only going to make people feel safe, but it's also good. People are going to have a better shopping experience knowing that there is a qualified security company there that is engaged and that is talking to individuals that are violating and breaking the rules, and issuing trespasses to those that continue to cause a disruption to the businesses. Now, I don't know when, I don't know how, but in the next maybe month or so, I am going to go talk to some of the businesses there that may have been affected by the juveniles or by the crime there, and I just kind of want to get their feel on what they think about it, and if there's something that maybe in the private sector that someone in security can possibly do, and also even join in one of these conversations with the city of Bakersfield, with the individuals that visit with them. The God damn it, what's for damn name? Forgot their name. But the individuals that visit them once a month, I would like to just be curious to see what the business owners have to say. Curious, gotta know. Anyway, guys, I'm all out of time. If you guys like this podcast, like and share, please. It'll help me with my YouTube channel and keep me posting more and keep me active and keep me busy. And you guys can find us on Nice Watch Patrol on Instagram, and you guys can check our link tree and see kind of where we're at. I don't really talk about this too often, but I do have an Apple podcast, a Spotify podcast, where it's just audio. And maybe you guys don't like looking at my face. I don't know. Maybe I'm too ugly. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too damn beautiful. Just kidding. Maybe you guys are on the road and you guys want to watch me and you guys want to, just have me in your ears. By all means, check me out on the on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere where podcast platforms are available. We're there. And you guys can listen to any other of my episodes that I have out there. I try to be as brutally honest as I possibly can, because I believe it's important. Transparency. Anyway, guys, I want you guys to love God, love each other. Let's go change the world!
Watching you, watching me.